Okay, hey guys, this is International Master John Bartholomew, and it is Sunday, May 7th, 2017. Just about to go live here, I'm hoping. People are guessing what color shirt I'm wearing. Some people might be disappointed. Blue is usually a very safe guess. If you guess blue, you're going to be right about 50% of the time. But not today. Not today. It is green. This is a green shirt. I don't know if you can tell based on the lighting, but it is decidedly green. Matches my eye color. Well, I think I have hazel eyes, actually, but close enough. How's everyone doing? How's it going, Alan, Dan, Buster, Zachman, Waleed, Jack, Mark, Abscience, Yali, Emok, Patrick, Zip It Popular, Gold Snake, Max, Siddharth, Kareem, Gurkha Pro, Samuel, Owner, Kjartan, Steiner, Jason, Matt. This is tough. They're going by so fast. Glad everyone can make it. Awesome. So yeah, it is Sunday. It is gorgeous outside right now. That's why I labeled this the Sunday Sunny Stream. It's about maybe 65 degrees here, 70 degrees, something like that. And I'm going to try to get out and enjoy the weather in a little bit. But first, we're going to play some chess online and talk about it as we play. Looks like everyone can hear me and see me, so that is good. Always annoying to have technical problems, but we're lucky today. Was I the person at Fenway? No, I did not do that, Dan. And by the way, I'm sorry you couldn't make the meetup in Boston. So yeah, I was just in Boston. You probably saw that announcement video I had about the meetup and also that Blitz game I posted against Atrophied, another YouTuber here. The meetup was really well attended. There were about 50 people there, I think, throughout the course of the day. We were just hanging out playing Blitz for about 4 hours, pretty continuously. It was great. First time I've ever hosted something like that, but it seemed to be well appreciated, and it was just a blast meeting so many different people. The location was great in Harvard Square. There were enough tables and stuff, although we generally stuck to 1 or 2 tables only. But I can't wait to do it again. And thanks to everyone who came out. Really appreciated it. We'll probably be talking a bit more about the meetup later this stream. But thank you so much to the people who came out. Yeah, it really was. I wasn't sure how many people to expect, Steiner, but people, subscribers, they pulled through and they showed up. Okay, I'm going to play a game here to start. We're just playing on ICC. I think I'm going to stick to the 3-minute pool because those games are fast enough. It should be HD, but if it's not, I apologize. Okay, so I'm playing a Grandmaster in this game, Bochkarev, and he's probably going to be playing pretty quick, so let's try to do the same. Let's play Bishop E2, go for the main line. He plays Bishop G4. This is a bit of a sideline. I think D5 is correct here. Hit the knight. Now, generally, they put the knight into E5. So white should have the 2 bishops and therefore a small edge, I feel. Let's take this. Then I'm probably going to castle next. Maybe keep F4 in reserve. Let's go Queen D2. I do have to watch out for the control of the D4 square. Maybe I should have taken a chance to play C5 myself on the last move. But this will have to suffice. B3. Yeah, and he's already angling for this square. Makes a good deal of sense. Okay, let's do this. And I'm expecting knight D7. I think I'm going to play this. Try to hit this knight. Also, if knight D4, I might want to be able to play knight E2 somewhere down the line. I think I should go for F4, F5. Try to play aggressively with my F-pawn. Let's just drop the bishop back here. Going back to E2 would be a concession. Hey, Brian. Not quite a mainline kid, Ali, because my opponent didn't play E5, but close to it. Okay, so I don't want to take that. I think I should probably play F4 once again. If I take, knight E2, he has knight C6, and it's going to be hard to win that pawn. But you know what? that actually looks like it's going to stamp out some of black's counterplay. So I'm going to do this. So after black takes back, knight e2, knight c6, and then I think I will try for f4. He's spending a lot of time here. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so let's go for f4. I might want to try to put my knight on d3 in a blockading role. But for now, let's just get this f-pawn going. Maybe a5, a4 is a good idea for black. Try to destroy my structure. Yeah, and there he goes. Problem is f5 surrenders the e5 square, so I probably shouldn't play that way. I think I'm going to go here, and on a4, maybe rook f3 to help defend the pawn laterally. Looks a little odd, but it might be okay. So yeah, let's do this. Now I'm thinking king over, just to avoid any d3 business. d3 check. Bishop d7 springs to mind. Bishop d7, looking to take this knight somewhere. Black's going to get some counterplay, though. I'm going to go for it. Bishop d7. Thing is, if I take on c6, this e4 pawn is awfully weak. That's the trouble. Yeah, I've got some weaknesses to tend to. If I go there, he has just rook a8. Okay, I think I got to take. And let's go queen here. But I don't like this because b3 and e4 are hard to manage. But now at least I'm threatening knight takes d4. So that should help. Knight takes d4, bishop takes d4, queen takes d4. But if black plays something like rook b8, yeah, rook b8 is a bit tough to meet. Okay, well, let's go here to defend. Gotta watch my time too, I'm under a minute. E5. Let's play f5. Could also have taken, but f5, maybe play around with f6 later. Okay, let's bring our king up a bit. It's looking for bishop e3, I believe. Let's take. This is tough. Gotta bail with my king, I think. I might have to sack the exchange on e3. Might be required to do that. f5, wow. That is bold, but possibly a good move. Yeah, it could be a very good move. All right, gotta go for some sort of counterplay. Ooh, this is probably not going to work, though. Okay, check. He has d5 now. Look at this massive pawns in the center. It's killing me. All right. Nah, this is lost. He just takes. I take. He takes on f3. Oh, man. I got murdered by that pawn mass in the center. That was a good game. Well played by Bochkarev. Yeah, I had a bad feeling right around here because I feel my position is too loose, with b3 and e4 also being under fire. So I think at this point I'm solidly worse. Let's just check with the engine. Yeah, clear edge black. My best move is knight takes d4, which allows queen takes e4. So I'm sort of second guessing my decision to take on d4 right here. And lo and behold, the computer does not like that. Bishop takes d4. Yeah, the pawn square got me. How's it going, Flublet? Long-time viewer. Always one of the first to post in videos. Good to see you, Flubes. That was a very attractive pawn mass. We got to give our opponent credit for that. f5, I think I'm just done. It's a great move. So point of f5 is that if e takes f5, black has e4, forking the queen and the rook. And it's over. So not much I could do. I guess I should move the rook and just allow my opponent to take on e4, but that's too depressing to play out almost. Then b3 will probably fall after that. Just looks awful. So I went down in flames. Yeah, you know, I wonder if I could have played... it's probably a little early to play c5 right here, but when my opponent played c5 and clamped the d4 square, their play seemed to flow easier than mine did with knight c6, knight d7. You see how black retreated their knights, but in doing so angled for d4. If black can land a piece there on the square that I can't ever attack it with a pawn, then black is doing well. Good to see you too. Okay, let's get back in there. Got to defend my rating. Thank you, DJ Eddie. Have I ever met Garry Kasparov? I saw Kasparov in the same room one time. I was coaching at the World Youth Championship in Slovenia in 2012, and he was also there making an appearance. So I was one of the coaches for the U.S. team, and he was posing with some of the U.S. players, and I didn't get a chance to meet him or talk to him, but I saw him from a distance. I'm actually thinking about coming to New York City. I may do that. I'd like to go there just for vacation, so stay tuned. If I can organize a meetup in NYC, that would be fantastic. I don't even know how that would work logistically, because I bet if we were to do an NYC meetup, there could easily be over 100 people there. Okay, so I'm playing Grandmaster something. Let's play G6 on move 1. We gonna get a Xinji Indian? We are. Okay, all right, let's see what he has cooked up against the Xinji Indian. This should be interesting. So let's take this guy. And then let's start with D6, actually. And then, I think I want to play knight F6. And then let's go here. So I think this is an interesting treatment of this position. It looks ugly to do this. It looks downright ugly. Put the knight on E5 and accept these doubled pawns. But I hope I can prove that this is not so easy for white to crack. So do I castle now, or do I want to play bishop G4? I think I should castle. Yeah, let's castle. So you might even argue that black structure is worse than white's in view of my double isolated pawns, but I hope it's not so simple. So now let's go here. Do I want to go there? Maybe I should move the knight first. Just debating. Let's actually develop the bishop here. I'm just wondering if white's going to play for G4 or not. I hate to be thinking already, but I don't want to mess this up. Okay, so I think white's plan is just going to double on the F file and then try to play G4, G5. So I need some sort of antidote against that. Let's play Queen B6 to start. Yeah, so there white goes with the first doubling. And now I want to try to offer a trade of rooks along the file. So let's do this to start. Let's back this up. We're going to try not to get slaughtered this game, but it might happen. Okay, so yeah, this is a threat. Knight F4. Nah. Don't think that's working. Well, it's interesting, but I probably lose a pawn in the process. Queen F6, queen takes C5 is not good. I think I might have to try this. Let's try it. So on takes, I'm going to play rook F8 and pin. But I think just queen E3 or queen G3 should be good. I know. I got to watch that time. Thank you for reminding me, Andrew. How's it going, Emil? Okay, so very simply, white's just going to try to win the pawn, which makes a lot of sense, I think. So let's go here. I got to try to counterattack these pawns. Try to win c3. So he's going to let me take it, huh? So take. And then what? e6? Bishop e8? Okay, we got one pawn back. That's a good sign. Gotta go here. I don't know. This might be survivable. I'm going to need some serious Scandi swindling skills, though. My bishop is not very good, but it's controlling f7 for the time being. So that's helpful. Okay, let's go here. I'm going to bring the king out. Let's see if we... Well, actually, I might want to take with the bishop. No, let's take with the pawn. Keep this bishop under fire. I control the h4 square. That's very important. So no check business. Let's do this. I want to bring the king up now. Don't think he wants a trade. Try to activate this bishop. He's going to go for d6. Okay, interesting. But now, if we get a swap, the e7 pawn is doomed. So white's got to keep the queens on the board. And I think I got a good chance to resist now. Let's give it a check. Let's check again. Let's check here. Let's check. I'm going to go for the win. This is kind of dangerous, but we'll find out. Oh no. Move, John. Oh, I lost on time. Yeah. Maybe you should have settled for the draw right at the end, but I didn't get my king dancing away from these checks fast enough. Bummer. That was close. Felt like I should be winning somewhere right around here, but I couldn't figure it out. I was hoping that on queen f2 check, that white would play king h3, so I have bishop f5, forking the king and the queen. But, of course, he's better than that, so he played king h1. Maybe I should have settled for the perpetual, but hindsight's 20/20, right? So in that one, I did not have a good position out of the opening. I remember this knight bd7, knight e5 idea being something that you want to go for in this line, but the details of it escaped me. I thought that putting the queen on d6 might be the way to go. Maybe I shouldn't castle here. Maybe that's the key. You just play queen d6 right away, and you keep the flexibility of castling queenside. That could be it, because I castled short, but after bishop h6, rook f7, that was uncomfortable, wasn't it? White had this very easy plan of doubling up on the f-file. Yeah, almost had him. Thanks, Jason. Glad to be streaming. Let's get back in there. Playing machine gun. Okay, let's just play knight f3. He pre-moved d5. He was ready for a Scandi if necessary. Gotta love that. I think I want to check here. Try to misplace some of black's pieces. I'm gonna play queen d7, though. b5. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, well, gotta take that, clearly. Queen b7? What is he doing on queen b7? Queen b7 looks hard to meet. Attacking this rook. Can't play knight a6. I think he has to play queen c8 here. Idea, queen takes c1. But on queen c8 swap, I should just end up up material. Take first? Yeah, let's take first. If bishop c6, I have queen takes f7 mate, or pawn takes f7 mate, which is nice. So if I take, is he playing queen c7 though? I gotta try this at least. Queen b6 instead, but queen b6 I thought I could just go here and attack this pin knight. Now develop, he's gonna castle. That's his big plan. So my queen is a long ways away from home. Gotta try to get it out here. But knight c6 is now a threat. This actually could be kind of scary. Take, rook takes. Don't want to have to give back that material. Do I have a recourse here? That's tough. I'm going to try this, but I don't know if it's any good. This might just be bad. He could probably even play queen takes d4. He's going for something else. I think queen takes d4 was good there. As was knight c6, probably. I need the fire emojis bad right now. Thank you, guys. Alright, we gotta give this up. And I think I gotta take. Man, my development is so bad right now. I gotta be careful. Let's try to keep his knight out. He can take b2, but I didn't really see another way to play that position. I felt like I had to stop the knight from coming in. Okay, e4. e4 looks sensible. Just try to swap. Gotta prevent this knight from joining with the queen, is the main thing. Okay, now I think I should be good, position-wise. He's gonna push that pawn aggressively. Let's go here. Just try to stop it. Queen b3, I'll go rook b1. This time is going to be an issue. Okay, now I'm going to try to go after the a-pawn ASAP. He's in hustle mode already. As I probably would be too if I were in his shoes. Okay, I'm going to take that. Knight d3 probably. Nope. Let's go here. Not sure what's going on in this position, but I'm way down on time. I know that. Got to try to checkmate him, most likely. Rook g7 maybe. Okay, let's try to do this. I think a draw is a fair result. Ooh, now I'm actually winning, but it won't matter because of the time. Now it's a draw. Okay. That was an eventful game. These games have all been exciting so far. So I think I was busted out of the opening, in fact. After I won the rook on a8, I think taking on e6 en passant was a big mistake. I probably should just take on a8 directly, now that I think about it. I thought I was being clever by inserting this move because I thought it might be easier for my queen to get back on the diagonal, but that did not prove to be the case. Let's just check. So right here, computer gives knight bd2 as the best move, but I think queen takes a8 would also be good. Yeah, it doesn't like taking on e6 en passant. Here, take queen b6. Yeah, I was expecting queen c7 instead because that hits the bishop as well and even stops bishop f4. But even queen b6 was not easy to deal with. Bishop f4, it looks like I'm just completely crushing here because I'm up a rook. But after black castles, all of a sudden, knight c6 is coming. My queen is marooned in the corner. I can't escape along this diagonal. I didn't see a good way to do it. So I did that, but yes, queen takes d4 was just winning for black here. I just realized you guys can't see the moves that the computer is pointing out, but queen takes d4 is crushing. Because then, after queen takes d4, I can't even play bishop takes b8 due to queen takes d2 checkmate. I can't even play e3 because of queen takes d2 checkmate. And then b2 is hanging as well. So that would have been disaster. Okay, so as played, I'm getting back in the action here. This is better for white, but it takes some caution. Oh, I played the best move here, f3. That seemed almost mandatory to stop knight e4. Yeah, it's a tough position to convert, though. The queen and the knight, possibly the trickiest attacking combination, even though I've got two rooks and a bishop, and probably I'll eventually win black's a-pawn. It's just, with no time, it's hard. That was a fun game. Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, Hindi, that does remind me of the Delugi game as well, in the Budapest Gambit. That famous game that he had against Tricky Mate. No Starbucks today, James. I actually went to Caribou this morning. I cheated on Starbucks. Why not bishop c6 to win your queen? I wonder at which moment you're talking about. So with knight takes d4, I was trying to prevent bishop to c6. Was the thing. I don't think black had another opportunity for it, right? Because right here, black can't do it because if bishop c6, I would have queen takes b8 check. Therefore, black castles and gets the rook defending the knight on b8. I probably will not be playing in the Chicago Open, no. Yeah, Machine Gun is always true to his name. He's always firing out those moves. Okay, let's get back in there. Oh, Garpun. Just facing tough player after tough player. I think this guy plays d4. This guy plays a lot of London systems, so I'm going to try to cross his plans. It's one thing I just remembered about him. Let's go for a double fianchetto. Facing a murderer's row of opponents right now. Not easy. Not at all. Okay, so I'm trying to be flexible. Let's get this knight out. a6, usually the correct reaction to a4. I think I'm going to play a little bit on the queen side here. Rook b8, maybe rook fc8 in the future too. I could see hiding the queen on d8 being a good plan. So let's do that. Let's take. I'm going to go knight d5, try to bait him into playing e4, which I'm hoping is a weakening move later. Does play it. He's probably going to play bishop d3, just defend the e4 pawn. Maybe e5? e5, knight e8 is what I was thinking. So I'm goading these pawns forward in the center. I don't know about this strategy, but gives them something to think about. Given that I've been down on time in these last 2 games, probably not the worst strategy in the world. Let's go here. Trying to take a measure against e6 being played. A lot of pieces on the back rank right now. No, Brownie, I do not stream on Twitch. I've thought about it, but no concrete plans to do so at the moment. All right, I'm going to close it up. This is double edge, but we're going to try it. Now let's take and play rook c8. Otherwise, my rook on b8 was kind of uncomfortable with e6 hanging over my head. In a cramped position, it often makes sense to trade pieces, so that's what I'm trying to illustrate here. I could see a4 being loose for white in the future. Let's go queen here, so attack this pawn. Yeah, white's going to try to go in for c5. That's clever. I didn't think about that. Clever idea. My pieces are just bad here. Bad, bad, bad. Okay, I'm going to take, even though I'm not thrilled about this. Try to make something happen with this pin. All right, let's go here. I'll let him take a6. I'm hoping that I can win a5. Just very concerned about that knight hopping in. Like, he can even still here play knight b3. I got to go knight e6, I think, at that point. Queen b2. I have rook a4 at least. Maybe I can bring this knight to c7 and somehow make something of this. I am ahead on time. Note. First time this session, I think. Let's get this bishop out. He seems content to burn a lot of time, so I'm going to let him do it. Let's bring this over. If he wants to trade, I think the a pawn will be hard to defend. I hope. Tick-tock. Let's go here. Let's take that guy. I know he can win this. Let's go here. Looking for some back rank business. Now I'm threatening knight e2. He may not have a good defense to that. Knight e2 still a threat. All right. Hey, we win. Who knew that being ahead on the clock is a very productive and positive thing in a 3-minute game of chess? Okay, so yeah, objectively I was worse there, especially after he played a5, but I kept the pace going. I somehow was able to find counterplay. He burned a lot of time, and that was that. Okay. Nice change of pace. And I think at the end I was doing very well. If not, yeah, I think I'm just completely winning here because regardless of which way he takes back, I have queen f2, either takes the pawn or just queen f2 check. Or if f takes g3, I could even play queen takes f1 immediately. So it's winning. Okay, let's try to keep the momentum going. That felt good. Was a little worse, but just try to keep that steady rate of play going, and eventually it paid off. Like right around here, he probably needs some very precise way to keep the advantage, and he wasn't able to find it in time pressure. It's tough. Maybe instead of queen b4, he should play queen a4. Queen a4 would hit the knight and also cover d4. I can do annoying stuff like knight c3, though, so it's not a walk in the park for white. John, do you think 1600 is a good rating for 1 year of chess? Yeah, I'd say so. That's quite a bit of progress. Hey, Jake, how's it going? And hello to Anton. Okay, we're playing Gym Buddy. Transposing into a Slav. Exchange Slav. Let's play knight h5. Play an ambitious line trying to get the bishop pair. He goes back. Okay, now I'll play bishop f5. So now we're getting into something relatively normal looking, I'd say. What do I want to play here? Bishop b4, I suppose. Knight a5, queen check. Maybe that's okay. Knight here, queen check. Nah, I don't really want to risk that, I don't think. Let's play queen b... All right, let's try this. Can't think for too long. I'm accepting doubled pawns, but I'm hoping that since white's rook is not in the a file, I might be able to get some counterplay. That's my hope, like with this move. So now white has to take some care about that, which white does. Okay, let's just develop. Could play knight b5. He's going to go out to the pawn right away. Let's defend. Sort of feeling like I should keep my king in the center now, so I'm going to do that. Let's go here, maybe looking for g5, h5 ideas. Try to expand. g4 on the cards. Okay, let's take. Threatening knight b3, not a very subtle threat. Let's go here. Knight d6 looks unpleasant. Maybe I shouldn't allow knight d6. Too late now. Because then bishop b5 is coming as well. Okay, so let's take. Trying to control this file. I feel like I have to control the G file. All right, well, let's dive in here. He ignores it, just doubles. Interesting. Okay, let's go h4. Wow, just gonna sack it. Interesting. We'll see how that turns out. Exchange sacrifice. So now bishop e7 could be a threat. I feel like I gotta go for counterplay. So I'm going to do that. Oh, checkmate. Oh, that's nice. Oh, yeah. I thought for a second maybe I missed king takes c7, but no. Okay, wow. I just completely overlooked the mate in 2. Bishop e7 followed by knight d6. So I got to play rook e8 here, I guess? Rook e8, guard against bishop e7. But still, my position is very cramped. I don't like it. Maybe he moves the rook away somewhere. Like rook g7. But yeah, that might be forced. Let's just see. Or knight c6. Okay, knight c6 also guards, but that's +1 for white. Not looking good. So I lose this game. I've struggled against the exchange Slav in the past. And I think I stumbled into a position that's just slightly better for white. Here I should take on c3 and then play b5. Interesting. Huh. Due to some tactics. Knight takes c3, rook takes c3, b5, bishop takes b5, bishop b4. Wow. Idea a takes b4, there's rook a1 check. And I get the skewer on the first rank. That was a cool looking checkmate. Multiple pieces involved. Yeah, just wasn't on my radar. Okay, let's try again. We're just getting a host of title players. Okay, Sauerkraut. This guy's good. So let's concentrate against Mr. Sauerkraut. I'm going to play the Torre attack, bishop g5. Let's see what we can do. He's going to go after my bishop aggressively. Okay. Let's put this here. I might end up castling queenside too. Yeah, in fact, I think I will. Play king b1. Let's go for d5. Try to break up his central structure. Got to be a little cautious about this diagonal, so I hope I can get away with this. Yeah, he's going to try to take advantage immediately. So c3. Black queen takes b2. Hello, Cervantes. Okay, knight there. Bishop b5. Let's try this. So if takes, I'm going to take on d7 and then queen check on b5. Glad you can make it, Liam. If you just joined, I'm not doing too well so far. I have won one game. I think I had a draw in another game, but it's been a rough session so far. b4 almost wins material, but my king is way too open for that to work. Let's try to come in, force him to play b6. At least that looks weakening. Maybe I can get knight d4 going. Do I want to check and then play knight d4 or knight d4 immediately? Probably knight d4 immediately. Yeah, let's do that. So just trying to put pressure on some of the weak squares around his king, especially c6. My dream scenario would be queen a6 check, king b8, knight c6. With impending mate on b7 or a7, but he's not going to allow that. He takes, okay. I think just take back on d5. So looking at queen a8 check. I like this because now I might have ideas like knight e4, knight f5 as well. So I'm hoping that my opponent's pieces are just wrong-footed here. Can even play b4 right now. Looks radical, but I think it's just good. Yeah, let's do it. b4, kick the knight away. Gives a check. So he's going to try to take on d4, I suppose, but does that work? Don't know that that will work for him. Let's play king b2. Because if he takes on d4, I have queen takes and his rook in the corner is under fire. So he's got two undefended pieces. Or one piece that's under attack and another undefended piece. Queen there. Just bring this over. Got to speed up a little bit, I think. So knight b7, knight c6 check. Still looks good. This cannot possibly be good for him. Could take on c6, but I'm going to play it this way. Seems like the easier way to do it. Now let's just take here and then do this. And I think with this pawn shield, I should be doing quite well. Knight b4, queen b5. Just don't want to blunder anything. Check, I have king here. Ah, he has knight takes d4, though. Yikes. Nah, that might not work, though. That probably does not work for him. Let's do that. Yeah, I don't think this should work for him. Just go back here. That might have been an excessively cautious move, but under time pressure, I think it's fine. He blundered there. He slipped. Attack with the king. Okay, and we win. Well, not the perfect conversion to my advantage, but I will take it. Good blitz player there in Sauerkraut. I typically haven't done spectacularly against him, so seems like a good result. So I thought I was getting the upper hand right around here when he had to make this big concession of playing b6 to guard his knight. Now this squares around his king, our Swiss cheese. So I was trying to utilize that with knight d4. So knight d4. Engine's still not showing a huge advantage for white after that. But take and now take. Yeah, and now difficulties start to creep in because queen a8 check is a big threat. And if ever black goes king b8 to cover, he's right in the line of fire of knight c6. I can try for b4 and knight c6. So that's what happened. King b8, b4. Check here, king up. So yeah, maybe his intention was to play bishop takes d4 and get rid of my knight. But crucial that I can play queen takes d4 and reply, and the rook on h8 is under fire. That's what I was planning. So this, queen b5, and now I'm plus 2, 2.5 maybe. Still a little messy in time pressure, though. And I felt like I had a big advantage, but I was also hallucinating tactics as well. King a1 might not be necessary. Computer just says take on b6. But I was trying to protect my king. Yeah, I freaked out about knight takes d4, but maybe I can just take it. Knight takes d4, e takes d4, bishop takes d4, check, king b3. Computer thinks I'm safe enough, so yeah, that's probably fine. Yeah, some of these moves were too cautious, but in time pressure, I'm just going to try not to get checkmated. So I have a big advantage. Also, I was a little ahead on the clock, too. Paydon, how's it going? I have a few other videos from the meetup. They're blitz videos, so me playing blitz chess with people. I have just been slow to post them because I got to make sure I get permission from the people. I don't want to put their, you know, put their face up on YouTube without their permission necessarily. So if I do post those, I just got to somehow reach out to the people. I have a few people's contacts. I don't think it should be too big of a deal, but you never know. Why not taking rook at d7? I don't think that rook at d7 was ever hanging, right? Unless I missed something. Because queen b5... Yeah, I don't think that rook was ever loose for the taking. Even right here, after queen b5, he plays knight c2 check. I have to get out a check, and then rook c7 to guard. John, are you thinking about playing in the Chicago Open or World Open this year? Probably no to both, Ashton. Hey, Gun Shun. Peter Nielsen. Are you Peter Hein Nielsen, the Grandmaster? Because that would be awesome if so. But you're asking, have I considered some chill music in the background? I think jazz would capture your vibe. Perhaps, but I've just avoided music just due to copyright stuff on YouTube primarily. But yeah, jazz might be a good complement to my play and personality. Will you ever come to Armenia? Asks Edgar. No plans to right now, but it would be awesome to go there. Great chess country, Armenia. I'm going to play maybe one or two more games. This is on the ICC, the Internet Chess Club. One of the oldest sites out there for internet chess. Rohit, you want to be a moderator? Send me your application. Tell me why you should be a moderator. There's no formal process beyond just asking my permission. There are only 2 moderators of this channel, and I think that's all it needs. So maybe I'll promote you. I'll just make you an honorary moderator. Ah, sorry to hear you're not the real Peter Hein Nielsen. Well, you are a Peter Nielsen, but not the Grandmaster. Yeah, I almost said chill music in the bathroom. The Hutch collab should be coming up in about a week, yes. Okay, V Sozin, let's get an e4 game in. I've been avoiding e4 thus far. Let's try to play a main line. So I'm going to go Tarash with knight d2. Plays this line. This line is tough to meet, in my experience. Now I think knight b4 is the move. Yeah, knight b4. How do I handle this? I'm just going to play queen e2 because I'm not sure what to do here. I am surrendering the bishop pair, but then again, I don't know how to play the Tarash too well. So this should already be acceptable for black because black has the bishop pair, but let's just keep it moving in a fast game. Let's take here. I'm going to go c4, attack the queen. Let's bring the knight out. Take, take. I'm thinking bishop coming to f4 soon. Let's try it. Yeah, let's take here. He just goes bishop d7, sensible. Here I could try knight f5, but I think this is going to be problematic. So let's go here. Thing is, I definitely shouldn't be better in this position. In fact, I might just be worse. Probably am a little worse. probably should stop b5, so let's go a4. Maybe I can get a grip on the queen side later with a5. I do not speak Russian, no. So how am I going to try to make something of this position where I have absolutely no advantage? Let's bring the king over a little bit. He's embarking on some strange maneuver. Okay, let's go here. I guess he's going to put the bishop on c6. He does. Bishop here, perhaps? So try to fight for control of the d file. Let's go here. And he takes immediately. Interesting. Probably now e5. Wants to establish pawns on the opposite color. Let's bring our king up a bit more. Extremely drawish position due to the opposite color bishops, but we'll try. Don't think I'm going to take that yet. Oh, just creating problems for myself here. Let's offer a trade of the rooks. Yeah, I'm not doing too hot in this position, I gotta say. Try for rook d6. Well, they let me have that at least. Oh, now I just dropped that pawn. Very unfortunate. Yeah, now I'm losing. Gotta try to swindle something here. That's not gonna happen. Yeah, oof. I just got straight outplayed in that endgame. No doubt about it. Not a good session today, guys. Not a good session. Maybe I was trying for a bit too much because, like here, I should probably just take on e5 and play that position. I was trying to avoid take on e5, rook e6, and black regains the pawn, but maybe in doing this, I put my king out on a square where it really doesn't belong. Yeah, and here, I think it's easier to beat black. Just slightly, because I've got to worry about my g2 pawn, rook e4 is in the air. I'm not going to hurt him on the dark squares. And my queenside majority is not too mobile in the current position. Still, it might have been defensible. Well, it probably should be defensible right around here, but let's just check what the computer says. Yeah, computer still says completely equal. Equal, equal, equal. Now black getting a little something. Probably pushing the pawn to b4 did me no favors, because then c4 was weak the rest of the game. I thought I could annoy him with b5, trying to hang b5 over his head, but that never panned out either. And now the structure is hard for me to improve. Certainly on the king side, I can't really advance my g or my h pawns ever. So b5 is practically my only idea here. Even when I was able to line up the threat against f6, it scarcely mattered because it was just a pawn trade. His king waltzes up to h5, and now I'm staring at rook c2 check, and my b pawn is loose. This position's already very dangerous. John, do you plan on grinding out GM norms and tournaments this year? Yes, so I'd like to play some more GM norm tournaments. I've got my eye on a few right now, Connor. I haven't completely planned out my schedule, though. Yeah, I think so, Hindi. Maybe just a tad bit better, but really nothing much, because like I said in the opening, I got no advantage by surrendering the bishop pair. John, how much do you bench press? I don't know, because I haven't bench pressed in forever. It's not part of my workout routine. The gym I go to doesn't have a flat bench. I could use one of the machines to do it, but I never do. Yeah, I'd probably play a dual commentary with Astana sometime. He seems like a good guy. Would be fun. Okay, let's play one more game. One more. Then I'll answer a few questions. Thanks, Dinesh. Wellington, yeah, maybe black had that line somewhere. I wonder at what point you're talking about. Oh, probably somewhere like right around here. G4, take, rook takes, rook d2, guarding g2, and then bishop takes g2. But then I guess it depends where black's king is, because after rook takes g2, there would be a pin on the g file. So it depends where the black king is. I know, right? They actually, it's an anytime fitness. Okay, last game against something. We got to do it. We got to go all in, guys, against Grandmaster something. And I got to try to play faster this time around. I'm going to play a system for convenience, just so I can play faster. I think black's a little bit worse in this line, but hey, let's just not get flagged. Knight bd7. Usually the queen comes out to b3 to attack the b pawn. I wonder who this Grandmaster is. Doesn't have it listed. Let's take here to start. Take here and then go knight d7. Black's kind of cramped, but I think this position's fine. Shouldn't be any issues. Can play knight f8 coming up. Get the knight out to g6 later. Hopefully e5 is loose. Knight g6. Let's go king h8. King h8, there might be f7 problems. Let's go knight g6. We're going to do that instead. So now I'm looking for rook d8. Yeah, I knew he was going to push the h-pawn. That's pretty clearly one of the only plans for him. Okay, let's still go here. Got to oppose the file. Okay, let's take check. Get this. You can go h6 though. h6 maybe gives me some problems. No, he didn't do it. Okay, now knight f6. Probably don't want to run into that. Might have to go here. Yeah, and therefore he plays h6 before I can do it. Okay, let's get our knight out. So the king side's a little bit weak after white trades the h-pawn for the g-pawn. It's instructive how he just handled that right there, pushing the h-pawn. That was probably the only way to create some real pressure on my position. Okay, now I want counterplay. What's he threatening? Doesn't look like he's threatening much right now. So let's go here. I might have to take this knight in the future, but I'm hoping my knight around my king can provide enough safety. So I'm just going to go after his pawns. Okay. Could also play h6. Nah, but taking seems much simpler. If I take, he can get a draw. But if... check, king h2. Nah, I think I gotta take. And he can check here. Can run to h6, but king is awfully exposed out there. And I'm down on time. So let's, yeah, draw by repetition. Okay. I don't know. King h6 makes me uncomfortable. I am up one pawn, but... Oh, also f7 is hanging. So yeah, I definitely shouldn't go king h6. I think a draw is a good result. Okay, not bad. Not bad considering that I think right here he's probably slightly better with this structural stuff going on. No, computer says equal. Computer says just dead equal. Knight g5, queen a4, queen h5. Ah, now I should just play h6. Drive the knight away and then take on c4. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I was trying to avoid making another weakening pawn move around my king, but maybe h6, just get the knight out of the way, then take on c4 and ask him how he's going to attack me on the king side. Because in doing it this way, it didn't occur to me initially that it's just very hard to prevent the perpetual. Computer wants to go queen d1 check, king h2, h6. That doesn't look that much better for black, if at all, though. Yeah, and this is just equal now. One more? That was a draw. Yeah, we gotta play one more. I agree with you guys. Try to end on a win, or at least a decisive result. Hey, Will. I remember you from Boston. You were one of the 4 or 5 Wills that were there. John, have you been in touch with Casa Corley lately? No, but I know Casa, so maybe I will be in touch with him. Hello, Just Kid. You're probably watching this stream right now, I imagine. So hello to you, Ben. Please do not beat me too bad. Let's see what Just Kid has to throw at us. I'm going to play knight f3 and g3. Let's play for some sort of reversed Benoni. Or he wants like a Tarrasch, I think, so we're going to try to do it this way instead. Okay, let's go here. Hello, Joshua the Science God. I remember you. Good to see you. Okay, knight e5. Try to swap the knights. Now I'm tempted to sack the exchange, but I don't think it's very good. So let's not. He's probably going to play e5. There he goes. Now let's just try to complete development. Knight d2. Just try to get my pieces in the game. He's playing rook b8 because he wants to free up his light square bishop. Let's play a3, looking for b4. He responds smartly. Just trying to figure out how I can get my knight working in the position. Let's start with rook c1. Just kind of looking at c5 ideas. Puts a stop to that. I think I'm going to play rook here. I might want the option of playing like queen c1 or queen a1. Not 100% sure, but that might be an option. That's a good move, bishop f5. All right, I'm going to do this. Might be some mass exchanges going on e4. Just Kid is very tough at 2190. I bet he's a little underrated at that rating. Let's see if he plays f5 or not. He does go for it. Let's go queen f3. Attack this pawn. Bring this rook over. So trying to put pressure on e5 for sure. Let's bring this back. I know a3 is loose, but I'm hoping that the weakness of this pawn is compensation. E4. That's interesting. Can I play e5 here? Let's try. And we'll go here. Bishop b2. Try to kick him back. Now I just got to round up this d pawn. So I'm going for rook takes d3. Yeah, I think he miscalculated there a bit. Let's not trade. Let's get this up. Check. Walk our king up here. All right, we get the checkmate. Good game, Ben. I thought you were doing fine up until the point that you played e4. Maybe you just need some patient move right here. e4 looks rushed. I think maybe rook b d8. That makes any e4 and eventual d3 even stronger because, yeah, it just so happened after this, he was trying to force his way through. The idea might have been rook d2, take on e4, I'm guessing? Something along those lines. Rook takes e4, maybe rook f8, but this e5 move seems to nicely secure the position for white. Yeah, e5, and according to the computer, white's clearly better after that. Yeah, now the d3 pawn is too far away from home. We can just round it up, and white's good. Okay, so we do take the final game of the session, but on the whole, it was not a good session. Let's just take a look at how I finished. Played some interesting games, just that most of them did not go my way. So I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 losses and 3 wins and 2 draws. Felt like I lost more games than that, but I guess on the final tally I was only -1. That's not too bad. Okay, let me put up a game here just to observe, and I'm just going to answer some questions from you guys if you have them. Hoping you would lose and play one more. Yeah, it didn't happen. Sorry about that. Planning on coming out with another Chessable repertoire? I've got some ideas floating around in my head. Nothing concrete at the moment. Mainly preparing some other repertoires that other people have published or are publishing. Sure, thanks for watching, Julie Wibble. Sorry if I miss people's questions. It just goes by so fast sometimes. You are 6 years old, 1400 USCF player. Wow. Well, if true, that's amazing. Sorry, I missed your question. I was just astounded by the fact that you're 6 years old and already that rating USCF. How did you get started on YouTube? I didn't have a particular agenda when I first started posting. I kind of just did it for fun. Okay, so someone asked, what is the best way to learn openings? So best way to learn openings, it really depends, because I think openings should be best learned through a variety of sources. So you can use books, you can use databases, you can take model players, so you can like study a grandmaster and see how they play. You can use sites like Chessable. There are a variety of sources you can use. There are theory-specific sites like chesspublishing.com is a great one that goes back many years. That's probably for higher-rated players. I would say for most players like below, let's say, 1600, you might want to invest in like an all-purpose reference. So one book I've recommended before is Fundamental Chess Openings by van der Sterren. I think that's a good book where you can just look up lines, and it also explains the ideas behind some of these major openings. I wouldn't spend too much time on memorizing particular variations, though, if you're lower rated. Yes, I do. I use some hair wax. Not gel necessarily, but I put a little bit of wax in there. The brown variation of the Najdorf is quite good. Yeah, that's a good one. Hello, whoever said they were checking in from Uruguay. Yeah, I'd like to create some sort of forum for ways to analyze subscriber games. Again, I've got some ideas how to do that. Just a matter of time. How to improve strategic play at a 1700 level. There are some good books for that. So strategic play, middle game play. I like this book by Johan Helsting called Mastering Chess Strategy. That's one I would highly recommend. Also studying the games of great strategic players, like Karpov comes to mind. I would love to play Ben Feingold in a match. That would be awesome. I don't know that Ben really streams and plays games. He mostly does just game review, I think, on his channel, but maybe he could be convinced to do a dual commentary. Are you a fan of Mato Jelic? I don't really watch his videos. I've seen a couple here and there. They seem entertaining. Relatively short videos. Do you think chess will ever be solved? I don't think so. No. Strong GMs that play the Accelerated Dragon, someone asks about. Not off the top of my head. For the normal dragon, Gawain Jones, the English Grandmaster, is probably the authority at the moment, but Accelerated Dragon, no. I know some, I want to say Azerbaijani Grandmasters, like Gadir Gisanov. They play the Accelerated Dragon from time to time, but don't quote me on that. So analyzing your own games, you should look for the major swings in the evaluation. So when you see the evaluation swing positively or negatively for you or your opponent, and focus in on those. So, and I've mentioned this before, but you always want to conduct your own analysis before turning on the engine. Because after you play a serious game, you'll probably have some general idea of where the turning points were, where the critical moments were in the game. And you should try to move the pieces around after the fact, get a feel for what improvements could be made for both sides before you turn on the engine. Collab with Hutch is still happening. Just mentioned that a little while ago. Do I think I have a chance against Magnus Carlsen? Only on the Play Magnus app, Joshua. Why are you not a GM? Because I don't have 3 norms and 2,500 FIDE. French Widower is a real interesting opening. When I played Knight C3 against the French on move 3, I always had trouble against the French Widower because it led to unbalanced positions. You got to know a lot. Yeah, Mark, I was talking about that earlier. I'd love to come to New York, so I hope to do that. I did go to university. That is a king. That's a giant king right there. How much of chess skill is innate versus learned? I think it's almost all learned. Yeah, I'm a big proponent of hard work over talent in chess. Certainly some people are more talented than others in the game, but most people don't come up with original and good chess concepts on their own. They have to learn it from somewhere. What do I think about the Scotch game? Maybe a slightly underrated opening for White. Study Kasparov's games in it. Some people like the door open, some people like the door closed. Quickest victory for me in a tournament. I've had a few games under 10 moves. I had one game. I remember when I was about 1800. I'll just pull up a board to show this to you guys. So I was White. It was in the Najdorf variation. This is back when I was a mainline E4 player. It was a bishop g5 Najdorf. My opponent played e6. I played f4. Bishop e7. Or wait, no, sorry, not bishop e7. It was queen b6. Yeah, I think this is the exact position we got into. And here I played a3 because I was trying to avoid some heavy theory. And my opponent played queen takes b2. And after knight a4, the queen was trapped and he soon had to resign. So that's one of my quickest victories, OTB. That was quite a while ago. Any idea for you to play against the Caro-Kann? Well, I would say theoretically at the moment the advanced variation of the Caro-Kann is the most challenging. So I would look into that. Do you play any instruments? When I was in middle school and high school, I played the alto saxophone, but it's been many years. I do not play the trumpet. I don't know why Patrick said that. Kaleem, no, I don't think IQ is a big determinant of chess strength. I don't know, Akshat. I do not know. Nope, no girlfriend or wife at the moment, Joshua. Worst tournament experience? I think mainly just the tournaments that I've done very poorly in. There was a World Open one year where I just did very bad and I ended up withdrawing before the end of the tournament. I was just not feeling it. This is again about 10 years ago. So yeah, any tournament where you're just struggling the whole way and nothing goes right, especially if it's a long tournament like 9 rounds and you're just there day after day trying to claw your way out of a hole, that gets old real fast. I agree, a Finns versus Jan rematch would be nice. Who is the strongest player you beat? Probably Alexander Shabalov when he was over 2,600 and was U.S. champion. Yeah. It's hard to catch everyone's question. If you could play one player in chess history, past or present, who would you play? Probably Fischer. Maybe Morphy. Someone asked what to do after looking at my Chess Fundamentals series. You might want to consider hiring a coach if you're really struggling. Coach could give you a good direction, provide a roadmap of how to devote your chess time and what to study. Preparing for a tournament, tactics or strategy, that really depends. It depends on your level. Yeah, I have some Nordic blood. Some Norwegian in me. If you had to date a female chess player, who would it be? I'm not answering that question. I haven't dated anyone from the chess world. And I like it that way. Victorek, I've thought about it. Fischer or Tal? I would say Fischer. Although I appreciate both players. How much of an impact do you think exercise has on performance? That's very interesting because I just got into a brief email exchange with someone about this who had studied this in depth for their university studies. I think he was a PhD, this person who emailed me. And he had mentioned that after you exercise, there's a window of, I believe, 30 to 45 minutes where cognitively you're performing at a higher level than normal. So you could try to use this window to your advantage if you're like learning a new skill, playing chess, maybe playing an instrument. There's this brief period of time where you've got that exercise in, your endorphins are firing on all cylinders, where you can pick things up much easier and you're just cognitively sharper than normal. But yeah, unfortunately that effect doesn't last very long. Will you come to Germany anytime soon? No plans to go to Europe at the moment. So if I do, I'd love to go to Germany though. I do coach, Brandon. I have a waiting list at the moment, but you can find my email contact on my About page if you want to send me an email. Oh, cool, Radio TV. Good to see you in Boston. How do you improve at 1300 rating? I'd say play as much as you can. Play as many serious games as you can. No, never felt like quitting chess. Ankle breaker, same thing I just said. Try to play a lot of games if you're a young player looking to improve. Like I know when I was young, just trial and error was the way that I made the most improvement in chess. Also, it helps if you're a self-starter. If you're capable of just picking up a book, almost doesn't matter what it's on, just something chess related and studying it on your own, that's already a very good sign. Oh, thanks, the Waffle Topper. How tall are you? I think I'm 5'10". 5'9.5". 5'9", 5'10", whatever you want to call it. I like to round up because I'm optimistic. 5'10" on a good day, let's say. We do have moose, but I don't think they're in anywhere in Minnesota that I am. They're way up in northern Minnesota. Oh, that's good to know, Zub. Studies have backed that up. I assume you're talking about the exercise thing. Yeah, maybe, Chris. 2,000 to 2,200 climbing the rating ladder. Someone asked about that on Reddit, and I was just referring people to my standard games in general because I play a lot of players in that rating range. So that's probably the best thing if you're looking specifically for games against that rating range. Chess book recommendations. That's a common question, but two that I often recommend are Amateur to IM and Tune Your Chess Tactics Antenna. Rapid, L.A. Afridi. I speak some Spanish, Cesar, but not to a degree that I'm fluent. Yes, I do have hobbies other than chess. Can confirm. Is there any variant that you're particularly fond of? Well, I like 960 a lot. 960 is really interesting to me. If I had to choose one variant, that would probably be the one I'd choose. But some of them are also intriguing, like 3-check. I gotta play more of that because I think that's a really good game for practicing your calculation. But I would say 960 if I had to choose. What is Super Chat? I don't even know what that is, Drag Shoot. John, have you ever been in a relationship before? Yes, many times. Have you tried playing 90-30 games online? I find it really hard to focus on long games. You know, online, I don't play too many games at that time control. That is pretty long, and most people are just not willing to play that time control. I think about the longest that you'll find regularly is 45 plus 45, like in the Lee Chess 45 plus 45 league. So yeah, game 90 plus 30 is a lot. That's proper tournament time controls. But hey, if you can find someone that you're competitive with to play those games, that's fantastic. And you have the patience and time to do it. Yeah, I would say so, Gary. I took a liking to chess right away, from a young age, pretty much as soon as I learned it. It was just always challenging to me. It's one thing that just, throughout the course of my life, I've always felt challenged by. Always something new to learn. I do not have any kids, no. Favorite books, movies, music? That's a broad question, Dimitri. I'm going to pass on that one for now because it would take a while to answer. Lee chess coordinate training. Yeah. I might give it a shot at some point. I'm not very fast with the mouse, but maybe it could help in bullet. Someone asked about the documentary about Fischer. I think I have seen that. I haven't seen Pawn Sacrifice, but I've seen several documentaries about Fischer, so I probably have watched the one that you're referring to. Yep. Yeah, I've been in a slump many times. Depends on what you categorize as a slump. But I've seen periods of time, especially when I was coming up through the rating ranks, where I was just stagnating for a while. But chess progress is weird like that. You'll be stagnating, and then all of a sudden, you'll just make a big jump. You'll jump up like 50 or 100 points after months and months of just hanging around the same rating. Because I think it takes a while for your knowledge to consolidate. It's not going to happen overnight. Never done chess boxing. My favorite music? Yeah, we can talk about one of those. Classic rock, definitely. My favorite band is Rush. Canadian rock band. Huge Rush fan. I saw the first match of the Chess.com Speed Champs between Gregorians and Nakamura. I saw a little bit of that. It looks to me like Nakamura wasn't quite as dominant as usual, but he still won the match pretty handily. Okay, guys, the stream has been going for a while, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Thanks so much for watching. Hope everyone enjoys the rest of their weekend or has a good Monday if you're watching this on Monday. Enjoy your week. Sorry I couldn't perform a little bit better today, -1. We'll see about next time, though. Yeah, there is a bit of a delay on the chat, as you guys are probably noticing. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will be back again soon. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.